Good morning, Sean Hewitt here from the Trusted Business Community Association, and I'm joined by one of our accredited members, Bill Christie of CER Business Finance Ltd. Now, Bill is a seasoned professional in the finance as a financial expert, having worked in both high street banking, merchant banking, and as a consultant at CER Business Finance Ltd. He's a strong believer in it's not what you want, it's what you need. And he will always make sure that the advice he gives you is up to date and ready to be actioned. He's been part of the association now for some time. He's been around us for a long time and recently joined the association's accredited membership. And that means that when somebody is speaking to Bill, they can be rest assured that Bill has been vetted, verified, and insurance checked through us here at the association to give you the consumer confidence in the advice he's giving. Bill Christie, welcome to our interview.
Thank you for the invitation. Very much appreciated.
Bill, I mentioned you've been in the industry or around the business world for some years, and I don't want to give too much away about your age, but you are a seasoned professional and somebody who, over the years I've known you, has helped so many people that we've referred to you and given them the right advice, or given them the advice that they've then gone away with and said, okay, I need to do a little bit more work on this before I get into a position where I can launch what I'm doing. It's not just startup business that you're helping. You're also helping business in transition, along with businesses that are looking to grow to that next level. Can you give us a little bit of the backstory behind CER and yourself, if you don't mind?
Yes, I started in high street banking many, many years ago. I was transferred down to the big city, London, where I worked there for 7 years, asked to come back north to Scotland. I finished up in the major office in Glasgow, which is now no more, the Gordon Street office, initially as head of advances there. And I seemed to have the initiative to develop business. So I opened up what was then the first business development unit that any Scottish bank had. And which was great. And I said, look, this shouldn't be Gordon Street, this should be the whole of Scotland. So when you're told this is empire building, something's not right. So I was very, very fortunate. I was headhunted by the then James Finlay Merchant Bank, round the corner, hadn't heard of them, part of a big PLC, involved in corporate finance, asset finance, invoice finance, insurance, assurance, the lot. So very comfortable there, worked hard, did well for 7 years, and in came a new chairman to the PLC who decided to sell off all the 6 companies I was very much involved with. So I thought, right, I thought then too old. I wasn't, but I didn't want to go back into high street banking. And I had a lot to offer. So at that time, I was one of the first people, I think, ever to leave a high street bank, because it was a job for life, even at that time. So I took the plunge, wasn't easy, set up, it was initially called Christie, Eben and Reed, but as time developed, I thought, right, I've got to have a title that is more apt for the internet and everything else. So I thought, well, just keep the CER and business finance. And yes, it's been life-changing, but I couldn't have done it without the original part of my career with the high street bank and certainly the merchant bank, but also the connections. Because yes, I've got a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise. I know when to say no, I can't do it. I also know the actual financial tools, and as you said, it's not what they want, it's what they need. But I'm happy to discuss with clients what they want, because it might not be something I can give them, but it can be something that some of my associates can give them. And Glasgow's only a village. Whilst I originally from Kirkcaldy, Fife, a Fifer, the east coast of Scotland, Glasgow's a village. And what I do, I cover the whole of the UK. And I've got connections through the Trusted Business Community Association as well, and other groups I'm in. So it's important to build up that trust with people. And the introductions, I say, yeah, people say, Bill, you're different. Well, I take that as a compliment, because sometimes it can be about funding, but it's who else they need to meet. the accountant could be giving them bad information. We need to help them. It may be a family situation. Look, where you are just now, you've got to think about a role, you've got to think about inheritance tax and everything else. I don't do it. So it's bringing a trusted team together to help. I'm not frightened to stand back. But even people coming on to meet with me on Zoom or face to face, if it comes by an accountant or a professional, I say, look, bring that person along with you because they know more about you than I do, but together we can help you. And that's so important. So whether it be a startup looking for not an awful lot, whether it be someone coming out of employment and working for themselves for the first time, it's good to be able to help them and to make the introductions, whether it be a big building company. And now we're seeing a lot more when it comes to social enterprise and care homes and that, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm pleased to help with that. It's not how many zeros come after the pound sign. It's about the business and
Yeah,
how I can help them.
100%. Now, obviously, you touched on the fact that you've helped many, many different organisations, business owners, business professionals, to understand a little bit more about their business. And of course, they come from all different genres of the business sector, that are sectors that are out there. So it's really vital that people get to know where to turn to. And I think community, which you touched on, is, and I'm not just talking about us here at the Trusted Business Community, is that extended network of connections that makes it vital for somebody to have faith and trust in somebody else when they can signpost them to the right people. And that's something that we've done when somebody's come to us asking for advice. We've signposted them to you, and you equally have signposted them on should they need something a little bit more wider scoped to obviously set themselves up in business at the right time. That's really crucial, because it opens up the opportunities, not just for that individual, that they then realize they're in safe hands. And that's something I think you were very much an advocate for that, and that's why so many people I know personally and myself have passed business your way, because we know they're in safe hands, because they're going to get the true fair advice and the advice that they need to make sure that they can make an informed decision. And I think that's really crucial. I really do. So you mentioned you're in the village of Glasgow. I thought it was a city, but there you go, maybe. I mean, it's certainly big enough. But you mentioned Glasgow, and you also mentioned that you can reach out quite far and wide. UK obviously is a place where you, especially nowadays on the world of online discussions that we can all have with each other, there is no geographical restriction. Is there? Do you find that, or may I ask, do you find that laws in different parts of the United Kingdom, you have to work your way through those laws to make sure you understand the laws of Scotland, the laws of England and Wales? Are there much? Is there a big change between the two? Those two areas of the United Kingdom? Do you have to work around that?
I think first of all, and most importantly, you have to get yourself into that area. Yeah. And by joining groups like this, I mean, I've been a Rotarian for over 30 years, so a lot of that is done in Zoom. So you meet people there for charitable reasons, but you also get to know people as well. No matter who you speak to, what group you're with, you build up relationships, you build up trust. Now, when it comes to the UK, yeah, Scots law, English law, taxation, differences. But whether it be a dollar sign, a euro sign, but business is business throughout the whole world. Yes, depending on where you are in the UK, but you've also got to know about the people as well, because they might say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But are they able to do it? Are they structured correctly? So a lot of what I do is asking questions about them, because you might find out, look, you've got to be careful. You've got to think about associated companies or what you're doing. It could be a grant you need. People will say, I want a loan. But my goodness, what is a loan? It's like I'm saying, it's a car. But how many types of car are there? It's the financial tools and how you can best use them. I think that's important. Like any tradesman, an actual professional, have the tools but know how to use them. And funding, business, finance, and guidance is no different.
Excellent. Thank you very much for confirming that. And yeah, you're right, isn't it? It is just a tool, but it's knowing which one to use. It's, I suppose it's, you've got a set of ratchets, a set of spanners. You need to know which spanner to actually use to make sure that you can fix that issue. So yeah, no, I totally get that. Thank you for explaining that. Could you give us an example, without obviously mentioning names, an example of something fantastic that you've achieved for somebody? It doesn't matter how small or big, it really doesn't matter. But just give us an example of perhaps someone who came to you with, not sure what to do, and perhaps how you resolved that issue for them.
Sometimes it could be just giving advice, like you hear all the questions from them and you say to them, look, I can't help you, but what you need to do is write down everything that you've told me, make an appointment to the Citizens Advice Bureau, and they'll take that pressure off your shoulders. And people have come back and said, Bill, you've changed my life.
Yeah.
Because someone else, it's not a question of them becoming a client, because it's not.
Yeah.
But they get going in their life, and guess what? They have people looking for assistance. Contact Bill Christie. Yeah. It's structure of business. It's getting people out of problems, and people on board that are not helping them properly. They're leaving them to it or getting the wrong advice and guidance, and you have to get maybe lawyers or accountants involved. They're going the wrong way. They're trying to buy a property in their own name, not realizing if it's a domestic property, that really the laws changed in 2016. I think it was. You get taxed now on the rental income, not on that. So it could be restructuring a large property portfolio, yeah, or helping them. What they need to do. They've got someone just now helping them with bridging finance. Bridging finance used to be, oh, it's very, very expensive, but in relation to what else is out there, it's not. But it's a right vehicle to use along with other financial tools. So it's not just a one-stop pony. There may be several instances, and I'm thinking about succession as well. But you need to bring other people onto it, and helping you. Then you find out you get other instructions. Look, you need to speak to somebody about getting a will done or that. I don't get involved in that, but it's all part of somebody's business and personal life. You've got to be careful how you're giving advice, but you can say advice is one thing, but you can always say that my understanding is that. Then you put them onto the right people, and yeah, they're happy. And sometimes it can mean a big difference to a big company as well, getting the right advice and guidance. I don't know what they do, yeah, but again, I like to find out, because sometimes people can be a bit older and they can be stuck in a rut, and they don't appreciate what's going on out there, how the other things about investment, the government grants, local grants, everything else. You've got to listen. I think listening is so important. Asking questions is important. And that's how you then formulate an actual proposal.
And plan their future. Yeah, excellent. Bill, it's been an absolute privilege having a chat with you this morning. It really has, as always. And it's always lovely to catch up. Now, obviously, the people listening in are going to want to know how to find you. Where do you hang out? What's your socials? Where can they get hold of you? So, if you could just give us a very quick roundup of where you can be found. Obviously, the QR code is behind you, and this is a video, so you are able to point to that too. People will be able to scan that. But just give people a quick sort of overview of where you can be found, so that if they want to be having a conversation with you about their financial future or some ideas that they've got, they just want to run them by you, so that you can either give them the tools or pass them to somebody who would be able to help. What's the best places to find you, mate?
If you're LinkedIn, the easiest thing to do is just put into LinkedIn Bill Christie Glasgow, and that all information comes up there. The QR code, there's a lot on that, and I say that with quite honestly, because there's a lot of information but guidance on there. Yes, there are links on there to my to WhatsApp, to Facebook, to LinkedIn as well, to my website. It's a very short website, a www.cerbusinessfinance.co.uk. And on the front page, there's a link to the digital business card, and a link to a number of other podcasts that I've done. So, but yeah, the easiest way is if you just Bill Christie Glasgow, even on Google, and I think that's why Glasgow's a village. It's a big city. I never thought I would be saying I'd be staying in Glasgow. A wonderful city, wonderful people, great place to do business in, but so too are people throughout the UK. And people like yourself, Sean, I haven't met face to face with, but like so many other people on Zoom, they're friends, and I trust them.
Thank you very much, Bill. So listen, everyone, you now have heard how you can get hold of Bill Christie. My recommendation is if you've got any questions around your business, around finance, around growth, just any ideas that you want to reach out, Bill Christie is your man. He's helped so many people that we've signposted to him, and has given them not just the advice that they wanted to hear, but the advice that they needed to hear. And that's the key. For those who are listening in, don't forget to like and subscribe down below this video, and make sure that you follow all of the videos and all of the interviews that we're having with our members of the association. Bill Christie, accredited member of the association here at the Trusted Business Community Association. It's been an absolute pleasure to interview you today, my friend, and I'd like to say thank you for spending the time with me, and look forward to catching up with you very, very soon.
Thank you for the opportunity, Sean. Appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for listening in. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and don't forget to reach out to Bill if you need some honest and concise advice. Take care for now. Till the next time. See you soon.